and you very quickly define your expertise so that they remember you. So if they come across a company that needs that, or if they know some company or someone that is looking for that expertise, they know who to talk to. If you ask that question, who do you know that I should be talking with, at the end of that conversation, hopefully they will give you a name. I mean, that's the whole goal of an informational interview, in my opinion, in the way that I do it. And if they do, then you call that next person, and you use the first person's name as a referral. So I was talking with Steve the other day, and he suggested that I call you, and then you go into, at that point, you go into another informational interview. So at the end of that, you ask for another name, and sooner or later, hopefully sooner, you'll get to the right person who asks you to set up a phone interview with them, or asks you, hey, can I get your resume? I know who to give this to. Or, hey, I'm the person you should be talking to. Let me see your resume. Believe me, this works. I call it a leapfrog technique of expanding your existing network. You know, if you can make 5 phone calls in a day, that literally can be done in an hour and a half. By the end of the week, you've expanded your network by 25 people. So those are 25 people that now know, and they're in different companies, that now know that you're looking for a position, but you haven't imposed on them other than the 10 minutes of their time. And don't forget to send them a LinkedIn request the next day. And with the LinkedIn request, you can add a personal note. So in that note, write a couple of nice sentences, to that, attached to that thanks them for their time and thanks them for the information. And like I said, when I send out the link to the replay call, I'll include that supplemental document about informational interviewing, give you those great questions. So basically, that's the 3-pronged approach. I mean, I would suggest do all 3. You can spend a little more time on one of the ones that's most comfortable for you. I know that some of my clients feel very uncomfortable in making phone calls. There's a lot of other ways that you can do networking that don't involve informational interviewing. But generally speaking, I recommend if you're going to do 40 hours a week that you look at 20 to 25 hours of immediate impact activities, which would include finding the companies that are growing, finding the companies that meet your search criteria, and sending out resumes. And then another 10 to 15 hours a week doing long-term value activities, which includes the networking, and informational interviewing is a piece of that. One of the biggest advantages that I see to this approach, in addition to getting into hiring processes more quickly, is that in your resume, you're defining your strengths, you're listing your career highlights of achievements, you're putting together a compelling statement of what sets you apart from everyone else, and then you're proactively broadcasting that to your target audience. It's very simple marketing. I mean, those are just marketing techniques, but they're adjusted to be most effective for job searching. One of the advantages, though, I would say maybe the main advantage, is that the responses that you'll get from employers are from those who are looking for what you have to offer, who are excited about your strengths. And that greatly increases the chance that the job that they have available or that they might consider making for you needs your strengths and will be a great fit and will challenge you. And that's what you want. You want a job that can make you happy. And since you're promoting yourself as a top performer, it's a job that's going to pay you what you're worth. And that's really the goal of every high-level or even mid-level job seeker, any professional job seeker.
Well, Tammy, and I know, because I'm sure you know that I'm a networking fiend here, and I really do like to get out. One of the things that I often find with people is that they're like, well, I'm out there looking, I'm searching, and everything that you said is certainly spot on. But oftentimes I find that the least amount of time is spent on that networking piece, and that's your greatest asset, to be able to get out there and to get to know people, not necessarily just ask them the question or sound like you're desperate with that look on your face that I'm looking for a job, but just getting to know people so that as you build your social network, you'd be surprised at the good things that are going to come out of it. So a lot of good stuff that you shared with us, but I'm just anxious because I'm sure there's got to be a ton of questions out there based on the information that you shared with us today.
Well, and I was actually going to put you on the spot, Louis, because I know that you are exceptional at your ability to network. And since we have a couple minutes before 10 till, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. What would be a great networking tip from you? Because I know that you're really well respected in not only the job searching community because you've stayed in touch with everybody there, but also just in the business community in general. So what would be a tip that you've taken away from how to effectively network?
Well, I think that the most important thing is that you do. I mean, that's the first thing is networking is not, a one-time, let me give it a try for, a day or for an hour, and then you walk away and say, okay, well, I did it and I'm done. But it's a matter of just truly taking a vested interest in a cause, whether, if you're, like for me, I started with a job club, and there was a reference that was given to me by a person that I met, and the individual said, hey, you need to go to this job club. There's some wonderful people there. And once I got involved, I was like, my eyes were really open to, what people are doing and the interest that they were taking in helping others find a job opportunity. And I said, you know what? I like that. That's important to me, and that makes sense. And that means that if a person is truly getting involved, then they're helping others. And so for me, it's more of a cause issue. It's a, I want to help others. I want to bring others into an opportunity that perhaps they would not otherwise consider because they didn't do the networking piece. And so as I've gotten more involved, I'm talking with people. People are talking with me. I'm finding out opportunities that I never knew existed, but more importantly, I'm getting calls and individuals saying, well, hey, I heard about you, or somebody that's referred that I talked to you. Can you tell me and give me some information about, either job clubs or Chamber of Commerce places that I need to be a part of, or even you, Tammy, individuals saying, well, hey, I'm looking for a career resume consultant. Can you give me a name? Yeah, Tammy Kabell. Call her. Here's her number. Here's her email address. But talk to her because I'm certain that she can help you out. So it just really takes just getting out of your shell and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to sit in front of the computer all day long. I've got to get out and meet people, because when it all comes down to it, you still have to interact with someone, because when that interview does come, it's not going to be the machine that you're going to be talking to. It's going to be a live person. So that helps you sharpen your skills in terms of the communication that you need to have.
Absolutely, and I think you hit the nail on the head, getting involved in groups, and the right groups for you. Not everybody is familiar with job clubs, and Kansas City has a very robust job club community.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of places around the country that don't have that support. So if you're in Kansas City, look up Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City area job clubs. And
here's another thing. If you're in your own city, look for one, and if there's not one, then start one.
Start one. Start one. That's right. But, going back to people who are shy, I think that it's not about exchanging 20 business cards in a meeting. It's about talking with a few of the right people. So it's really finding what I call the centers of influence, those people that know a lot of people. And that really is one of the big tricks, is finding the right people and having conversations with them and setting yourself apart when you're talking with them. I think that's fantastic information. Very good. And in a future call, I think I should address job clubs in more detail, because I think that there's a lot of advice that I can give on how to use those most effectively, and which ones, in my opinion, are some of the better ones in Kansas City.
Absolutely.
So if you are interested in asking me a question when you're on the phone, you can press *2 to raise your hand. And then if you are online, you can type in a question, and I would be happy to answer those questions online as well. Before I get to answer any questions, though, I do want to make a very special announcement. And, Louis, I know you don't even know this because it just happened this morning. But this morning I received confirmation that local talk radio station, KCMO 710 AM, has asked me to be their resident job search expert. And they have given me a Monday morning minute spot, their morning rush hour talk show.
Wow.
So the first Monday in September is when that starts. So every Monday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Every Monday about 5 minutes after 7, you can tune in to 710 AM, and hear my Monday morning 60-second advice on professional job seeking. I'm really excited about that. That's really great.